Yo, what's up fam? It's your boy NoisySauce here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Dorian scale to make hip hop beats.
Throwing some sauce on that beat.
So the Dorian scale is very similar to the Aeolian or minor scale, except that it's got a bit more of a loungy, jazzy, kind of bluesy feel to it. And I'll show you what that sounds like in C. Now, that is very similar to the minor scale. The main difference is that instead of a minor sixth interval, it has a major sixth interval. The minor third, minor seventh, and all the other intervals are exactly the same as a minor. It's just that sixth that changes it up. And I'll show you what that does to the chords when you're trying to play them. So one of the main differences is when you're changing between your first and your second chord. If you're to be in just a regular minor, the second chord would be diminished and would sound something like this. Which gives it a very, very kind of dissonant, dark sound to it. If you're playing in Dorian, the same chord progression, the second would be a minor chord instead of a diminished chord, and would sound like this. And if you're wondering, that is the chord progression from Moondance by Van Morrison. Except it's in a different key. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, it goes from minor first to minor second, and a very distinct sound to it. So one of the other changes in chords is the fourth chord, which instead of being a minor, is now a major. So if you were to go from your first to your fourth, you get a very It's a very, very distinct sound there, and I reckon that sounds really cool. I'll be using that chord quite a bit. And the final change is when you're going from your first to your sixth, which I normally do just by moving my pinky up a semitone to the sixth note there, and that gives me the sixth chord in a first inversion. Really cool sound. If you're playing it in Dorian, it'll sound like this. And that has a very, very dissonant sound to it. And that's because this chord now is a diminished chord, which is a very, very dark sounding chord. But sounds pretty cool. I guess the other thing when making melodies to note is that your sixth note, and your third note are now a semitone apart. Sorry, a semitone. They are now a tritone apart. So that means they will always sound very dissonant with each other. Keep this in mind when making melodies, that you can use that to create a bit of a darker sound in your melodic content. Now that's about all I've got for you. I hope you enjoy playing with the Dorian scale and experimenting with those chord progressions I've showed you. Peace out, everyone.